Hello and welcome. Excuse me while I get set up here. Welcome to day two of the Shadow Alchemy series. Just going to close some of these things down. I don't need them all open, especially the noisy notifications. All right. Hi, I am Nicola coming into you for day two of the Shadow Alchemy series. So this is the initiation of will of our will to make those changes with the ignition from yesterday. So from day one, we really had that ignition, that first flame igniting energy. And this is really having us land in this aspect of like determination, these layers that are coming through from Aries that we want to really carry through, especially this next 14-year cycle. And this is an initiation. However, there'll be peaks and valleys. We have, yeah, April. I think the 16th to the 22nd, where there are seven planets in Aries. And then next month there's Saturn, Neptune, Aries trine. So there's going to be these aspects. And then through that 14-year Aries cycle, there'll be times where it drops out into its next sign, which is Taurus, and then it'll drop back in the same way it dropped out of Pisces into Aries and then back into Pisces for a longer period of time. It's almost like a prelude into the next era and what we can feel coming through. So yeah, thank you for being here. Have a journal, have everything that you need to write down things. I'm going to get this little book that I use for all my little notes. I got a little diary for my Secret Santa. It's got a day per page, which is quite good. But yeah, I'm just using it as like a random notes and interesting things that I'm hearing on podcasts and when I have conversations with people and things. So um yeah, it's almost like a mini journal, right? Just for like those little wee little um yeah, this was from last night, and I think this was from re-listening to the Witchy Talk episode that we did a few days ago. I did with Sophia a few days ago. Every version of yourself needs to be on your side. So when you're operating in the world, your future self needs to be on your side. Not doubting that you can get to where you want to go or feeling them just being like you're not doing enough to get to where you want to be, or berating your past self or ruminating and suffering and regret, shame, apathy, depression, all those like really low vibrational states of being. So how can we shift ourselves out of those? And that's what the Shadow Alchemy Codex is collapsing those timelines. So definitely recommend yeah, following the link through to that. I'll put the link underneath each video as the days go by so that if you want to access that Shadow Alchemy Codex, it was a 3-day series I did towards the end of last year. So yes, I got my little bookie book and yeah, just noticing what came up for you in day one with the first flame, the ignition. And that sense that something in me knows that it's time, like it's time for things to shift. It's time for a change. Something's got to give. It really feels like something needs to move so that I can move or so that I can, yeah, do the things that I want to do, achieve the things I want to achieve and just be the person I want to be. And so, Just feeling into those layers that bubbled up out of the depths of the ocean. So, symbolizing the depths of your unconscious mind and, yeah, those suppressed aspects. So, yeah, what bubbled up in those layers and feeling that courage that came through yesterday without aggression. It's like this beautiful forward momentum, courage to look at things and analyze them and understand our processes without berating ourselves or shaming ourselves for what we did. So we can like look at things in an objective sense and workshop ourselves a little bit and really understand ourselves. And this came up in Witchy Talk, episode 14. So if you want to drop in and watch that at some point as well. So it's like how we, oh, that came in the after chat. Actually, we spoke about that after we finished recording and we weren't recording. So it's like this layer of know thyself, the maxim from the Oracle of Delphi, and what we were talking about in episode 14 led into that with knowing and understanding yourself is allowing yourself to be completely in the present moment, and that's when all of the rubbish just collapses away, like all those timelines that are really like dense and dark and heavy and ruminating, and that suffering that we're ruminating in just like falls away because we can collapse those timelines. And then when we are in that know thyself, we have objectively looked at our shadows and been intrigued by them rather than like fearful of them, and like really understood why we do the things that we do. Like, why are your triggers, and to not be triggered by your triggers, so that like the world around you doesn't activate you in any way. So when we have a button that people can press, then it's not the other person's fault for pressing the button. It's up to you to not have the button for other people to press. So if you have gripes about something or hang-ups or certain things that people do that like really get on your nerves or irritate you, then those are the things to look at. Like what is present now, and we had how often are you living in front of your eyes versus behind your eyes? And those triggers take us from in front of our eyes to behind our eyes because we're engaging, and then someone does something that triggers us or that we get irritated by, or just not quite working out the way we want, or someone's not on time, or someone cancels, or we're in traffic and things happen, and we kind of like get drawn back into behind our eyes, and then the ruminating or the formulating, making assumptions, taking things personally. The Four Agreements, the Toltec Wisdom is really beautiful for that. It's a book. Don't take anything personally, don't make assumptions, always do your best, and I always forget one of them. So be impeccable with your word. So yeah, those four aspects that can really like flow in and shift our lives. And if we're taking something personally, to look at what it is within ourselves so we can know ourselves more, understand, oh, okay, I'm taking that personally because that thing happened when I was younger, and so that's a timeline that I need to collapse. So let's go into the Shadow Alchemy Codex. I understand that. I've got a blueprint now of it. You might have done the replays. You might have gone through into the portal and watched everything, and each time something happens, then we're like, okay, and that something else has been revealed to me that I can now collapse because of this person interacting with me and triggering me in a way that reveals the next thing that is ready to be shifted. And so some people go through life and they're like, I don't know what to work on first. I don't know where to start. And the best place to start is with yeah, what is taking your main focus? So if that's like obsession over something that you something that someone said or a conversation that you had or a regret about the way things happened with a partner or it could be obsession over like your finances or money or yeah, could be anything. So just whatever is looping, whatever that loop is that you're looping in, or whatever the trigger is that brings that your dysregulation. So when you feel that dysregulation come up in your nervous system and you're like, oh, I'm a bit ungrounded, I'm a bit dysregulated, what's happened, and if you can't pinpoint it, like what's the last 24 hours been like? I met up with that person, I went to the supermarket, I did that. Da, da, da. Oh yeah, that person cut me off in the supermarket, and then the rest of my day was like, shitty from there on out, or whatever. Or someone cut in front of me at the line at the supermarket, and then the rest of my day was shitty. And so then it's like, okay, so then you're gonna go and kind of like explore that and just brainstorm that and be like, okay, that might not be the main thing, but it's like, okay, that's right there. So let's just like in your little book. Just be like, yep, what is this? What comes up to in my mind when I first yeah, think of that? And it's like, well, being put out for my day. I'm gonna be late now. And how are those things, what is the repercussions of that and why do I feel put out because of that? And then it's like, well, it was a stranger that did it to me, or maybe it's someone that you know, it's a different situation. So then you're like, okay, so what's that? What's that aspect, right? And so what we're doing with this is like we're reclaiming our energy. So this initiation of will for today, day two, this choice, I choose myself consciously. I'm reclaiming my energy. I'm not allowing all these things that are happening to like really affect me. And a beautiful saying that I learned years ago from, I think, Kim Villiers when I was like hardcore into manifestation during lockdowns was like, I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. And to, not be bothered with those little things, we want to be bothered about maybe like the environment or the situation in the world today. We'll be a little bit bothered by that too, like, or a lot bothered by that. But in terms of like, someone cutting you off or someone being late to meet up with you or being double booked and cancelling and be like, okay, I'm not bothered. The energies are obviously not right to meet up with that person, or I was obviously delayed for a period of time so that I missed getting in a horrific car accident or something happening to me. So just to feel like that reclamation. So when your day doesn't go quite the way you want it to, you're still reclaiming all your energy. You're not your energy hasn't been siphoned out because when that happens, and you get stuck on it, then it's draining your energy, right? And then whatever that lesson is within that, and that has happened to me recently as well. And so that was a lesson with my day being completely hectic, and I think that is really leading into day five, where we're going into this inner authority. And so when things are shifting and changing around us, and we embody that inner authority, then the choices we make and the reclamation of your autonomy is really anchored in clarity and in this clarity in your reality. And that's like living in front of your eyes again. It's like your authentic self-expression, and in living in front of your eyes is clarity about everything that's happening, things that are happening where you're like mismatched in energy or yeah, like all the examples I've already given, there's like a reclamation of your autonomy, that you're not yeah, so it's that Pisces energy that we're letting go of through this Neptune transit over these few days is like that outsourcing of everything. So Pisces, yeah, that energy was very much about, oneness and community and spiritual, like just so openness, which has been really beautiful. But now it's like, how do I, yeah, how do I reclaim? who I am and my identity and my autonomy and have that clarity and that courage to do that for ourselves, not to be like, I'm going over here now because this thing, and I'm going over here now because of this thing. It's like actually, yeah, and this has come through from one of my mentors, Sandrine, who's helped me, one of my beautiful friends, and who has helped me really refine everything that I'm doing. And yeah, this was what she called waffling. She's like, Nicola, you just waffle so much. And I'm like, it's because I'm a Gemini. I just like everything. I want to learn all the things and do all the things. She's like, that's great, but just like focus, reclaim that energy that's out there. If you're not painting now, then, you know, tidy it up, put it away, have it, have specific time to do that thing rather than, things being out and open and constantly doing. It's like reading reading 5 books at once about completely different subjects. It's like that. It's that kind of like waffling energy where you feel it, fracturing. I think that's where we can like fracture ourselves a little bit, which it can be a theme of, overdoing, overworking, and this anima animus dynamic of the inner feminine of the animus being so active within the feminine that it's kind of fracturing away from the natural energy of the feminine to be receiving and to be soft. And yeah, the animus is coming up and being like, must do. Where's the to-do list? Where are all the things I'm doing and doing, multiple things at once and trying to stretch ourselves so much. And so with this tapering off of the year of the snake, it's really like, what are those things that I'm letting go of myself that I like hold on to because I think it's to do with I wrap my identity around that, or I just want to hold on to that so much because of, value or something to do with what it adds. And some things will add, value. But it's like really refining. With really in this stage of refining now. And there's a group that I'm in where we are all supported in this beautiful space. And it's a small group. The spaces never get, too big. So it's quite intimate, and we go through an elemental journey. And part of the layers of that is like, it's not a teaching space, but it's like you come to your own realizations about your own things, and you bring them in and speak into those, and then you're actually learning how to refine through repetition. And I really struggled with the repetition in those groups at first, because I was like, why are we still doing the thing? Like, let's move on to the next thing. We've already gone over this like 5 times. And then as we went on, I was like, oh, it dropped in. I was like, oh, okay. This is why we're going over it again, because it's like really, deeper understandings that can come up when you have the repetition of these, and we're really refining ourselves. So like that, be impeccable with your word, and like really refining what you're saying and how you're speaking so that you are articulating your views well, the choices that you're making, you're reclaiming your aspects of self. And so with this reclamation of your autonomy and this exploration, this is really like flowing into this empowerment for us, right? We're exploring new ways of being through this initiation of will, this choice. I choose myself consciously. And so, what does that mean for you when we're going through? And, we always kind of like want to be doing this like limiting beliefs work. And so, like, what outdated systems and beliefs am I still holding on to? About myself, about my reality, about how I operate in the world, about how other people see me. And so we're bringing this warrior energy through, right? I think into like the Valkyries and like from Vikings, like Lagertha energy, and bringing those beautiful energies through with the warrior and the Aries energy. And so when we look at the anima and the animus energy, so in day one, the anima was awakening. So within the masculine energy that you present, if you're masculine or in your masculine, in terms of identifying, then if you are, then you have an inner feminine, which is quite often quite dormant in today's society. And so on day one, we looked at awakening the anima. And so then today, this is about clarity, clarity. So, really feeling that anima energy awakening into the internal masculine and having that clarity arrive. And just sitting in that, like that choice, the initiation of will. I choose myself consciously, having clarity in that. And then for if you are a woman presenting as a feminine, then yesterday the animus, the inner masculine, was just about being present, not about because in the feminine, the inner masculine is over exacerbated, and in the men, the anima is more collapsed and subdued. So we really want to balance these in both of us, and this is when we're going to come into harmony as a species, when we can balance both of these within the inner masculine and inner feminine of, within the dynamic of everyone who's connecting into this. So this presence, and then today, this animus energy within the feminine, this masculine is about listening. And so that dynamic in day one was awakened presence, both of them together. The anima awakens, animus presence, so awakened presence. So both of you together, if you're in partnership with someone, you could do this together with the dynamic of the masculine, feminine, awakened presence with both together. And we can have both of those within us as well, right? And so then today we've got clarity in listening. So clarity in how we listen, which we don't do enough of in terms of listening clearly before we respond or go into our mind and make assumptions and overthink things and put our own projections onto those things. And so, yeah, the anima is clarity, that inner feminine is clarity. And then the animus, that listening. Yes, so just feeling into those, and we'll bring those through into the meditation as well, of course. So, yeah, these aspects are really feeling into, what this Neptune and Aries is going to look like for this 14 years. And of course, we're going to fluctuate, but we're wanting to be like feeling the action that's coming with the fire horse and with this energy as well. This Aries energy is this action, and yeah, it's a really dramatic shift from, the sensitivity of Pisces and that surrender through into action and forward momentum and assertiveness and, courage, self-trust, action, leadership, momentum. And Pisces was really necessary for breaking down a lot of systems and bringing empathy and emotional awareness into our field of being, and, feeling that if we had difficulty maintaining boundaries in that time, then this Aries energy and this Neptune energy together is like setting those strong boundaries and parameters for yourself. yeah, the having this choice, and I choose myself consciously, and I meticulously maintain my energetics and my dynamic and what I allow into my space to be. And so feeling that shift um with that double water that we've been in, with the Aries, Pisces, oh sorry. Neptune, Pisces, double water. No, I'm thinking ahead of what I want to say already. And then we've got that Aries energy. So we've got water and fire. Those two primordial elements that are coming in and um, seemingly being opposing. However, how are they interacting with each other? You know, the fire comes in and it warms the water. Maybe it's like a defrosting aspects of self that are these emotional points that are still wanting to shift. Um, and then yeah, the water can kind of like temper the fire as well to make sure it doesn't get too out of hand with this assertiveness and individualism and, you know, bold, just, yeah, determination and courage, right? And so it's feeling that there's this like beautiful dynamic where they're going to they'll hold each other in a beautiful way where when we're going forward with this yeah, it's going to, they're going to soften each. So, yes, was there anything else? Yeah, I think that's good before we go into the meditation. Mm, yeah, I think that's, yeah, so this choice, reclamation of your authority, clarity in your reality. Yeah, this authentic expression, like that know thyself, that truth that's coming through, your own personal truth, right? And grounding into that, um, bringing that energy in. I want to be unwavering and unshakable in these aspects. Yeah. Mm, cool. All right. So if you're ready to go into a wee journey, we'll do that for yeah, about half an hour and then I will sign off. So just closing down your eyes and softening your internal being, feeling that breath arriving deep into your belly. And with that arriving deep into your belly, just feeling that breath softening your shoulders, any part of your body that might be holding a bit of tension, just move if you need to. Mm. letting go of your day, letting go of your week. Just feeling everything letting go from your life, dropping away, feeling them drop off you like just like little bubbles floating away from you. And dropping your consciousness down into your heart space. Feeling your consciousness residing lower in your body. That breath that's arriving down into your belly. Feeling your internal waters, your womb space, space in your sacral chakra area. Just connecting into those waters, your watery depths. And just feeling the release of another layer of suppression. Just feel bubbling to the surface, just letting go. Just feeling that softness arriving. And above your sacral, we have your solar plexus. And within that space, igniting your solar sun in the center of your being. This flame, the first flame, this ignition from yesterday. Feeling this aspect of the fire, this initiation of will. Feeling your willpower expanding. Feeling your own internal strength. Know thyself. Of landing in integrity with who you are. And speak to yourself and say, I choose myself consciously. And feel that courage swelling through your body. And this initiation, this flame grows within you. Your solar sun center, your solar plexus radiates. Feeling that sun energy growing within you. That you radiate your own truth brilliantly from within. And as that flame grows brighter, feeling that flame warming the waters of your womb space, your sacral center is ignited with the flame energy. And feeling that warmth radiate down into your sacral, into the space of depths, of your own emotional depths. And this flame, the central sun, grows bigger and bigger. It engulfs your whole torso now, and you feel illuminated within completely. The depths of your watery womb space are completely illuminated. There's clarity in your waters. This is the micro and the macro. And with clarity in your waters, there's clarity in your reality, in your authentic self-expression. It can radiate. And that reclamation of your autonomy. Just noticing in yourself and just scanning where you may have outsourced your own being from outside of yourself without judgment, just scanning with love, and that it's okay to outsource those while we're learning. But where are we over relying on the external world to validate us, to inform us, to determine what our next step is? This outsourcing can also look like relying on spiritual tools overly, like asking divination tools for every little question, where our intuition can also tap into those things. And feeling that sun illuminating beyond your torso, radiating up above your head, down below your feet, and extending around you. You're hovering in this golden bubble, the sun. And feeling this initiation of fire, of assertiveness, of courage, of identity and self-trust, action, leadership, momentum, and reclaiming this autonomy of yourself. And feeling that energy surge through you that's empowering, of know thyself. You're just scanning your body now with whatever colored light drops into your field, scanning your body with this light and just looking for incongruent energies, Noticing they may be where you have pain in your body. They may be where you have discomfort, or it may be surprising that they are just somewhere at the back of your hand or your elbow. And wherever your scanning stops, just trust and know there's something there that can be shifted and released, and just feeling the illumination of the sun, the vibrancy of our central sun, the star that illuminates our days, feeling that radiating into the spaces where you feel incongruent energies, maybe a bit of stuck energy. Just coming through with like a little broom, imagining a little broom coming through, just sweeping and cleaning, sweeping away. And as that's moved and shifted, the smaller particles of itself are redistributed, and you can feel them just melting away and clearing. And just scanning and doing this for yourself multiple times, maybe starting at the bottom of your feet and just scanning all the way up. And even if you just want to use those brooms, having a few of them going through your body and just sweeping and doing a bit of housekeeping. And if you get stuck somewhere, you can radiate another color of light into that space, choosing a white light or green, whatever color comes to your mind. And as you're doing this, feeling the density shifting in your body, this clarity arriving. So when we have this internal clarity, then our external reality is also clear. And as those brooms make their way up your body and through your organs, sweeping, dusting, getting into areas, getting a good clean around the back of your heart, down the back of your neck and down your spine. Around the throat area, shoulders, armpits, across your face, feeling this exfoliation, feeling it on the outside of your skin as well. This those layers of the snake releasing and shedding final layers of skin. Letting that broom shift and flick off any scales of any remnants of regret, of shame, guilt, depression, apathy, anxiety, just brushing them away shedding them. And as that happens, feeling yourself shifting in your body to take up new space. You might want to stretch and move your body as the brooms brush away, like the brushing of your fascia, feeling that it's getting in there, brushing in your muscles, your fascia, your lymphatic drainage, into your lungs, into your adrenals, your meridians, into your brain. Feeling those little brooms brushing out thought patterns, limiting beliefs, distorted perceptions of reality. We were plugged into these negative ways of seeing the world. Feeling those little brooms sweeping around your crown, your pineal gland, and all of the glands in your body. And interestingly enough, there's a chakra where there are glands in your body. And letting those brooms go out into your auric field. And just noticing any holes or rips or tears in your auric field. Scanning your auric field. This is your reclamation. This cleaning, this sweeping, this ownership of your internal temple space, the temple of your body. And of your auric field, your defense mechanism, scanning and using the brooms to clean and clear away any densities. And as the brooms are sweeping, they're also repairing and mending, strengthening. Feeling that when you feel the brooms are complete, you can run a beautiful scan through your whole system of all of the colors, starting with a red, running that root chakra energy scan through your whole body and your whole auric field, flooding your whole system with red, that life force, grounded, that purification of your blood, of our human body, of being a human, being present in the humanness, grounded. And flushing your whole system with orange, all the way through your whole body, all the way out to all of your fingers and toes, and out into your auric field with orange. that yellow energy, that radiant sun, rippling that through your whole being and through all your organs, into your lungs, into your veins, up into your brain, out into your auric field. And feeling that beautiful green energy of your heart chakra radiating out with each heartbeat, pulsing green energy through your whole system and through your lymphatic system, through your fascia, into your lymph nodes, into all your glands, through your skin, out to the ends of your every strand of hair, all the way out into your auric field. Feeling with each color we're expanding the auric field a little bit bigger. And feeling the beautiful blue of your throat center and radiating that blue throughout your entire being. You can hum to activate your throat center. And feeling that blue rippling through your whole being, into your eyeballs, out through your ears, into your eardrums, to your tongue, the back of your throat, your tonsils, down your spine, your spinal cord, to your pelvis, your womb space, your stomach, digestive tract, kidneys, throughout your whole body and out into your auric field and expanding a little bit further than the last color. And up to your third eye. This beautiful violet washes over you through your pineal gland, feeling it radiating out from the center of your brain, through all the blood vessels around your brain, and the fluid that supports your brain, and down into your whole body, rippling down everywhere into your lungs, your liver, your pancreas, bladder, ovaries, uterus, all the way down into your digestive tract, into your bones, radiating into your bones, your bone marrow, and all the way out into your auric field. And your crown chakra is beautiful indigo, this pool of indigo water that sits on the top of your head. Just dialing that crown chakra open and feeling a waterfall of indigo washing over your whole body, streaming down over your skin and merging into your whole being, flooding every single aspect of your body, into each individual cell, the nucleus of each cell, flooding into the deepest layers of your being, your red blood cells, your white blood cells, your platelets, into that bone marrow, kidneys, liver, stomach, esophagus, lungs, into all the muscles and the tissue, out to your fingernails and toenails. Feeling it rippling around the fingerprints, your fingers, palms of your hands, into your teeth, and radiating out into your auric field, even further than the last color. And the indigo wrapping around and sealing everything in. And feeling your beautiful soul star chakra above your head, feeling it a few feet above your head or 6 feet up, somewhere between there, scanning and finding your soul star chakra. And feeling that radiate beautiful starlight energy down into your whole being. That starlight energy travels through your entire system, out into your auric field, and then connecting into your earth star chakra, just below your feet or down into the earth, 6 feet, somewhere between there, scanning and finding your earth star chakra and feeling it radiate this brilliant, deep, rich, chocolatey, earthy, grounding light up around your whole auric field. And feeling that permeate this grounding energy, this reclamation of the entirety of your being, your energetic self, all the layers of self, reclaiming your autonomy with clarity, grounded in your authentic self-expression, feeling empowered in your choices, feeling that you choose yourself consciously. And this is the initiation of your will. And feeling some big breaths arriving into your body, Noticing your body. As you move your body, feeling that internal anima or animus energy, the anima, clarity, the animus, listening, the internal feminine, clarity, the internal masculine, listening. Rolling your shoulders, feeling that ripple effect of the anima energy awakens into clarity, the feminine anima awakening into clarity. And a deep breath and feeling that animus arriving in presence, presence and listening. Just breathing into that combined awakened clarity with present listening. We can awaken our clarity and be present in what we are listening to ourselves, what's happening around us. We're in awakened, clear, present, listening state. Then we can operate effectively in the world for ourselves. And feeling that empowering energy washing over you. Awakened clarity, present listening. I choose myself consciously. I choose myself consciously. Bringing your awareness softly back to the room around you, noticing the sounds outside. Maybe yawning. Oh, yawning is good to clear any stuck emotions. If you find yourself yawning lots during meditations and activations, that's good. It means there's lots that's clearing. And just bringing a stretch into your body. And if you feel to stay in this slightly altered, slightly aware space and do some journaling, be a good time to write down your internal visions, what you saw with each color, scanning through your body, where the brooms did a lot of extra cleaning. And just, yeah, bathe in the energy and feeling the momentum of the Shadow Alchemy series from the ignition yesterday or day one, ignition. Something in me knows it's time. Day two today, initiation of your will, your choice. I choose myself consciously. Feeling that momentum. Now I'm going to leave you in that bubble. And if you need to be focused for your day, please do what you need to be present with driving and other activities. Ground yourself. Sending you so much love. See you tomorrow.